Okay, now we're just going to very briefly talk about recording the voice. You can't actually, it's quite difficult to fix really bad sound, okay? So it's really important you kind of get a really nice recording right from the very start. So I'm just going to talk about 3 areas to consider. Before you even think about equipment and recording a voice, you need to think about your location. Things to avoid: large echoey rooms with lots of hard surfaces, lots of hard floors, mirrors, because what the sound does really is bounce off those, and it can end up sounding like you're in a cave or in a corridor. And what we actually want you to sound like is that you're in a kind of really nice intimate surroundings. So we need rooms that are kind of medium size or small, carpets, upholstery. Don't sit in the middle of the room because the sound will bounce around it. Sit in a corner if you can. So that's just some idea about location. Also, the other thing, when you come into a room, just have a listen. What can you hear? Is there any air conditioning? Is there a hum of anything like that? Are there noises in the corridor? You might hear some music in the background. So think about that as well and try and get rid of those before you start recording. I'm going to ask you, I think it's very important to wear headphones when you're recording as well. What happens is the headphones amplify the sound. So when you're in the middle of recording the voice, if somebody decides to start mowing the lawn outside or a plane goes over, you can absolutely hear it and you can ask your person to stop and start. We want what we call a clean recording. That means a nice recording of the voice with no extraneous little noises in the background. Second really important thing is the equipment you use. Obviously we need a mic and we need a portable recorder. I've got a portable recorder here. This is called an H4 Zoom, but you could equally record it on a mobile phone as well. But you do need a decent microphone. What I've got here is a cardioid microphone, and cardioid just means heart-shaped. If I was to put this microphone near to Ab's mouth, the sound is literally being picked up directly from the front of the microphone. Nothing is being picked up at the sides, and nothing is being picked up at the back. If you were to draw a sort of picture, it's like a heart shape, as you can see. It's just, the sound will just be picked up in that kind of arena, okay? So I'm just going to put the microphone near to Ab. We need it to be between 5 and 6 centimetres roughly, between her mouth and the microphone. Not so close that it's intimidating, and not so far away that obviously you pick up a lot of the background noise, okay? And then what we do is we need to get some level on her voice. So Ab, if you just tell me what you had for breakfast this morning.
Toast.
So did you see what Ab did there? She kind of moved into the microphone, and that's a classic. Sometimes people just can't keep still, but obviously that's going to affect the levels of the voice as well. So just try, if you can, and make your sort of person you're recording sit still if they can. The other important piece of kit is this pop shield on the top here, just a piece of foam that goes on the top of the microphone. This stops plosives, as we call them. I'm not going to say it too loud because the microphone I'm wearing might actually start to pop. So there's certain letters, P's, B's, T's and K's, that when they're said into a microphone head can make a popping sound. So recording tips, if I said tips or king or kick, or popping plosives, all those things will make a pop sound on the microphone. And if I didn't have that on there, you would actually hear it on the recording. So it's really important to have a pop shield on top as well. Okay, and just a final word about positioning and taking levels on a microphone as well. As you can see, that Ab and I are sat next to each other. You don't want a big table in between the two of you. For a start, we're trying to create an intimate setting, so someone tells you a lovely story. And secondly, if you're going to be there for longer than 10 minutes and you have to outstretch your arm over a table, you're going to get quite tired. So the next thing to do is to take some level on Ab's voice. So Ab, just tell me what you had for breakfast this morning.
Toast.
You see, that's not really going to help me, is it? I can't take level on Ab's voice, which just gives me one word. So the idea is you just tell me a little, even what you did at the weekend, just give me a bit more, give it a bit more level for me, please.
This morning, Julia, I had toast for breakfast with coffee, and I scrambled through my Twitter feed as I ate.
That's fantastic. You see, my meters are okay. I'm not going into the red. That's the most important thing. I'm not distorting. I'm getting a really nice, clean recording. So we're ready to go. We press record, and Digital Story will hopefully manifest itself.